Hello everyone, please kindly confirm if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please put down in the comment, the chat. Okay, all right. Okay, so basically what we are doing earlier on was I actually wanted to show you how to go about using the snow.io. So let's just continue and then move on from there. Okay, now what we are going to do is to actually search in the job title. So this is work from home. Let me take out work from home and leave it at remote. And let's see what happens after we've done that. Okay, now we have more people here. Okay, so now we have this person here. We have Divya S hiring for remote role. So let's use this Divya. So one thing that you want to do while you're job searching is that once you see a post, a content about hiring, you would want to make sure to read it and then try to see if this is legit, because we have fake job postings, right? We have a lot of fake job postings. So this is one thing that you want to do. You would click on this and then read through. The another way that you can know whether this is fake or not is to open up the person's profile. So let's open that. Let's see this person and then be sure that this person is really hiring for this role. So what's the name of the company? Okay, required. Okay, we can see that the company is hiring for freshers, right? So we want to be sure that this is a job posting that is legit. We don't want to waste our time on job postings that are not legit. So let's find out by going to the person's profile and being sure that this is legit. So let's go down and see that this is a profile about. So you click on about. Okay, so this is the name of the company. So this is the company that is hiring. Of course, we've already seen this the company size. But then this here, I would say that this here isn't looking really legit because I can't see the name of the person hiring. So we would search for another and then I wouldn't want to go with this. So let's find another. Okay, now we have this here. We have Sahid Abdurrashid. You can see that they are actively hiring, right? So let's look through and then see what roles they are hiring for. Okay, we can see that they are hiring for 15 quality positions, right? So let's open his profile. Now what we want to do now is to get the mail of, let's say for instance this is an hiring manager, so we want to get the mail of this person and then reach out to that person, because most of these people that are actually hiring, they don't put up their mails there, and some of them actually just give you a link to actually go and apply, right? But we want to do it in a different way by reaching out to the recruiter and then telling the recruiter that we are the best position for that role. So let's go down and then see. Um, okay, his name is Sahid Abdurrashid. Let's see if he works for the company. Okay, small word. So let's open that. So basically, what we want to do here now is actually to find if the company has a website. Now, for this company, doesn't, as we can see here now, this company here doesn't have a website, right? Which means that we can't. It's not easy for us to find the mail of the recruiter. So what we are going to do now is to find a hiring manager that is actually legit. So let's do that again. Um, say let's say data analyst hiring remote. Okay. Okay, now we have Kehinde Fagbami here. So let's use this person. Now she's hiring for a senior data consultant, right? Let's open this and then get to see what the job description entails. Now here we have a site here. She said if you want to apply for this, you can send your CV here. But then we want to reach out to the recruiter because we can see that this is a HR generalist. We want to send her a mail telling her about her interest for this particular role, right? So let's go to her profile. Go to her profile. Then we go down to the company where she's actually hiring for. Okay, so this is the company here. We would click on the company, open up um, this company here, and then hopefully the company has a website. So let's see that. Okay, we have a website here. So basically what we are going to do now is to actually um get the recruiter's name. We're going to get the recruiter's name, the HR's name, and then we copy this link. So we're going to copy the link to the website and get the recruiter's name. So let's copy the link to the website here. Copy link. Then we'd go back and get the name. So the name is Kehinde Fagbemi. So let's go down to snuff.io. So let's go down to snuff.io. Of course, you want to make sure to be logged in. If you want to download the app, you're free to do that. But if probably you want to open it on your browser, then you can as well do that. So we would now open this up and then go down to Finder, click on Finder, go to email search. By your side, you see email search here. So now the first thing you want to do, once you open this up, you would see a list of things that you're supposed to do. Now, if you see below here, I've actually used this to actually find someone that was actually hiring, right? Now, what you want to do is to put up the first name. So we had Kehinde. So let's Kehinde. We have Kehinde here. Then Fagemi. I hope I got that spelling correctly. Let me confirm the spelling. You want to be so sure that the names that you're putting in, the spelling is actually correct. Okay, I think we got this. Okay, so now the next thing now, under this company domain name, you have to paste in the link that you copied, right? Now you can see that after immediately we drop that there, we have we can see the company name beneath here. So once this is done, the next thing to do is find email. So let's find email and see what happens. So it's searching for that. Okay, yeah. Now you can see beneath here it has done the job for us. What we can do now is to copy this mail. Now there are cases whereby the mail you get might not be valid, right? But if it is not valid, of course, Snow will tell you that this email address is not valid. But you can see here, it's saying that the email address is valid, right? That means it's something that we can actually work with. So what you basically do now is to copy it and then go down to your mail and then construct a message sending it to the recruiter, to HR, telling her about your interest for this particular role and telling her how well you're fit for that role, right? So this is basically one very key way for you to do these things in a strategic way. You want to make sure to not just only apply. Of course, you would apply with other persons, but then show your best interest by reaching out to the HR in this manner. This actually works. I've seen this work for my mentees. I've seen this work for people that I've actually shared this with, and they are presently now using this to actually get these opportunities that they want, right? Now if you're a freelancer, you can actually use this as well to reach out to those people that you feel like will need your services. So this is another way to actually do that. Now once you get the mail, just copy it and then reach out to the HR. So let's continue. Right now, the next thing that we want to do is to let jobs come to us. So aside applying, there are ways, there are things that you can do to actually let jobs come to you. Right now, the first thing that you want to do is to search for your target role on LinkedIn, which we've done. Then set up alerts for that target role. So how you want to do this, I think we need to practicalize. Let's do this on LinkedIn so that you get that. And then the next thing to do is to apply. So what you want to do is to go down to LinkedIn, go under the job, under these jobs here. Hello everyone, please kindly confirm if you can see my screen. Kindly confirm if you can see my screen now. Kindly confirm, please. Let me see that in the comment, the chat. Okay, all right, thank you. So what we were trying to do earlier was going down to jobs. So you would open this and then go down to the available jobs. Now let's see the jobs that we have available, right? Okay, now we have data engineer. No, I don't want promoted jobs. I want to see jobs that were posted either today or probably within this week. So let's go down and then check that. Okay, so we have this. Let me use this. We have this here. We have the strategic analyst. So let me use this. So now this is the job session here on LinkedIn. Now once this is opened here, of course you want to apply, right? But before applying, you can just turn on notifications above, right? So you can come down here and then click on turn on notifications so that you get to see other similar job openings like this. That would help you to actually, so that when they post openings like this, you're one of the first people to actually get notified that you have something of this nature already up on LinkedIn. So this is another way that you can actually be one of the top people to actually see these job openings on LinkedIn. Now let's go down and see other ways. I'm trying to be fast so that we can actually cover those strategies for freelancing, because it's actually key. So now this is telling us what not to do when job hunting on LinkedIn. So you want to make sure that when you're job hunting on LinkedIn, you don't have a generic profile. Now don't apply without a tailored profile, which still falls under having an optimized profile. You want to make sure that you have an optimized profile, which is you not having a general profile. Now optimized profile, if you have an optimized profile, it automatically says that you have a profile that tells what you actually do at the moment, right? So that is actually key. You want to make sure to have that. The second thing that you want to make sure not to do is no networking, right? So you want to make sure that you are actively networking. Now so many people make this mistake that they feel like just applying for these job openings on LinkedIn actually is the best way to actually get this job. But I'm going to tell you today that there are better ways to actually do that. Now if you're actively job hunting, you want to make sure that you are actively networking. You are also actively networking. It's very important, because now your by actually networking, what happens is that this helps you to actually be related to people that might probably want to refer you for these opportunities or recommend you for opportunities, right? So you want to make sure to actually network with these people. Now we would actually go down to one very key thing that I usually advise. But before we get there, let's finish up with this. Now another thing that you want to make sure not to do is to have a wrong headline. Now the headline is the very first thing they see on your profile. Aside your profile picture, the next thing that whoever is looking at your profile sees is your headline. So you want to make sure that you have a clear headline that reflects your target role. This here is very, very important. I see a lot of people making this mistake, just putting up a list of the skills that they actually work with. So you don't want to be that person that just lists your skills on your headline. No, don't do that. What you want to do is to actually have a clear headline. Tell them what you do. Now if you're a data analyst, you can put up a very short, and you want to make sure your headline is not too long. You want to break it down to be short, so that people can actually see clearly what you do. Now another thing to actually not do is to avoid engagement. Now people make this mistake on LinkedIn. They just go there and then apply to jobs without making their profile visible or active. One thing I usually advise is that if before you apply for any job, make sure to engage with recruiters and those hiring managers. Of course, some of these hiring managers, they mostly do not put up content, right? They don't post content. They usually just hire and then leave. But there are better ways to do these things. You can actually try to go and endorse their skills. That way they actually get to see that you are somebody that they get to see your profile, and then they get to know that you're actually interested in something they are presently doing at the moment, right? And then it can trigger them to actually view your profile and then connect with you back. So these are some of the things that you want to make sure not to do when job hunting. Now, these are some listed things that I listed out, things that you should do after this session. Number one, you want to make sure to fix your LinkedIn profile, set up job alerts. The next thing is to find and message hiring managers. Now, I've already shown you, I think, 2 ways that you can actually do this, ways to find hiring managers, right? So you want to make sure to go and find them and then either send them a cold DM or send them a direct email, whichever way you prefer. You want to do these things. Now, on by messaging the hiring managers, if they don't get to connect with you on LinkedIn, you can go ahead and find their emails and then send them a direct mail, right? And that should be after you probably applied for the role. Another thing you want to do is to engage on their LinkedIn posts. Then I think I also spoke about the reverse search, right? That's where you have to do the Boolean search method and then get those people that are actively hiring at the moment. Now, this is the first part. We are done with this part of job searching. Now we will move down to the freelancing strategy. So now, if you're a freelancer, this is where you would actually want to actually stick to. So let me, to confirm if you can still hear me, please kindly put in the chat and let me see. Just, you can just say yes I can, or okay. I have a question here. Somebody is saying, how do you copy the link posted on Snow? Okay, so what you basically do is to click on, there is a copy sign below. Let me go back there and show you. Let me show you how to do that. So you would you can see, can you see this? So once you click on this, you see this copy, this sign here, this copy here. So you just click on it and then it automatically copies the link that you the email address that you have here. So just click on this and then it tells you that your email address has been copied to the clipboard. All right, so if you are here, if you are still here, kindly share this the link to this live session with your friends. Allow others to also benefit. So this is something that people are actually struggling with, right? So let them benefit from these things that we are doing here today, right? Kindly do that now before we continue the class. Okay, so now the next thing that we are going to look at is how LinkedIn can get you high paying freelance clients. So we are going to be, I'll try my best to not be too fast, but then I'll just cover some basic things that we really need for the purpose of this session. Now, the LinkedIn feature many freelancers ignore and many people ignore, right, is the service session. So I want to know, if you are here, do you have a service session on your LinkedIn profile? If you do, just put in yes. If not, let me see no in the comment section. Now let me show you what a service session looks like. Let me show you that so that we move on from there. Kindly let me know if you have one. Okay, I can see no. Somebody said no. Now this is what a service okay, people are saying no. Now if you can see my screen now, you would see what a service session actually looks like. So this is a service. Let me open that so you get it, you see it clearer. Not editing this. Now this is what a service session looks like. Okay, I think so many people are saying no. All right, so let's just continue and then okay, so if you're a freelancer, you want to make sure that you have a service session, which is very important. And then on your service session, you have a description. Now you have to write a strong service description that highlights your unique value proposition. This here is very important, and I'll be showing you how well to go about most of these things, right? And that thing that you want to do is to have a pricing, and then you want to also make sure to have the featured session, right? Now your LinkedIn profile is your sales page. So many people are on LinkedIn just to job search, not knowing that you can actually use your LinkedIn profile to actually get clients that will pay you even way more than clients that will pay you on other freelancing platforms. And the best part is that LinkedIn is actually free. It's actually freelance, so you don't get to buy connect or um send those proposals. They can easily come to you. Clients can easily come to you and then request for your services, right? Now, what you want to make sure to do on your LinkedIn profile is that your now everything that we are to be talking about, if you observe all that I've been talking about from the onset, it has been hovering around optimizing your profile, right? So now optimizing your profile is very, very important. Now I've been emphasizing on this from the beginning of this session. You need to have an optimized profile in order for you to enjoy these services on LinkedIn. If you don't have an optimized profile, I'm going to repeat this again today, you are probably wasting your time on LinkedIn. Why? Because you would lose out on so many opportunities. So you want to be so sure that your profile is optimized. Now, if you're on the group chat, we would actually cover some of these things on it because we'll be talking about profile optimization, but then people are still having issues about profile optimization. So we would still talk about this on the group and then see how well we can actually work things out for people that have issues with profile optimization. Now, you want to make sure that your headline, your about section, your feature section, and your service sections are all optimized, right? And then the first thing that we are going to look at under the freelancing strategies is freelancing with LinkedIn services. Now, not too many people actually do this. Like I said earlier, of course, we've already seen where from the chat box, so many people are saying that they don't have this actually on their LinkedIn profile. So now I'll be showing you how to do these things. So what you want to do now is to turn on open for business, right? Let clients know the kind of services that you offer. Now you want to make sure to list the services that you offer on your profile. For if you're a data analyst, you can add skills like business analytics, financial analytics, data reporting, or data entry. One thing that's actually that you see on LinkedIn service is that you don't get to see data analysis directly, but then you can select other similar services like business analytics, financial analytics, data reporting, and the likes, right? And another thing that you want to make sure to do is to write a clear service description. Now, this here is actually very important because this is actually what can either attract your potential client to you or not. So make sure to write a clear service description. People should know what you offer and how you help clients, right? Then this is I gave you an example here, something that you can actually use. So you can say I help businesses turn raw data into meaningful insights using SQL. It depends on actually how you want to put that. Then another thing is to add work samples and client testimonials. So you want to make sure that you have a sample of your project, some of the project that you've worked on, right? You can upload Power BI dashboards or some of the SQL project that you've worked on. You can upload that just to show them that you actually know these things and you've probably done them before, right? And also very important, add client testimonials to build trust. Another important thing to do is to add client testimonials to build trust. Now let me show you all of these things on LinkedIn. Okay, so I can see some questions here. Somebody said, where is the service section on LinkedIn? All right, let me show you that. Okay, so I've opened this. Now let me go back and show you how to add up a service page on your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have that, you probably want to do that now. If at all you want to get a client on LinkedIn, if you want to be a freelancer, if you want to freelance, you need to set this up on your LinkedIn profile. This here is very, very, very important. So now let's go down and then include that. So now you can see on my profile here, it says add profile section, right? So now you can see some of the things that you can add to your profile here. These are some of things that you can add to your profile. Can you see add services below here? Now, the reason why this is not actually shown here is because I've already added services to my profile. That's the reason why I can't click on this. So for you, you would want to open that up and then select add services, right? So now let me open my service session and then show you some very important things that you want to know. And I will also show you how well this works, right? Before I even show you some important things, I think I need to show you the number of requests that I've gotten from people on LinkedIn. Now, just watch this. Let me show you this. Let me show you for you to know that this here really works. Can you see that I have a lot of requests that I've not even attended to? Can you see? If I keep loading this, you keep seeing people that have actually requested for my services that I haven't even attended to, and a lot of them that have actually paid me for my services that I've actually done for them, right? So you are losing out on clients if you are not doing this on LinkedIn. Now this is where you get clients. I have a couple of them. There are so many here that I haven't even responded to, right? So you want to make sure to actually include that. Now these are reviews project that I've completed. You see them here, and then you see the reviews from people that I've actually worked for. So let's just continue, and then let me show you some possible the key things that then you need to actually do on your profile. Now the first one is the about session, right? So as a data analyst, you want to put up what you're good at, what are those services that you offer, what are those things that you can do. Include that, and then don't make it too long. Make sure to just put the keywords, those things that you actually do. Don't lie under your about section, because if you do that, you might get people to ask for those services, and then if you're not available at the moment, it might either discourage that client from reaching out to you for another service. So just be plain as about what you do. Tell them what you do under the about section. Another thing is that you want to list out the services that you provide. So for me, you can see I have a lot of services that I provide. So for you, you want to list out some services. And another thing is to add media. So the media that you want to add up here should be it can be a picture of your project, a project that you've worked on, or it can be a picture of something that you might have done that relates to what you're actually selling yourself for, right? Now, the next thing is the review session. Now, this here is very, very important. You want to make sure that you have reviews from past clients. Now, if you see here, I have reviews from some clients that I've actually worked with. You can see that some clients here actually gave me reviews, right? And I have 5-star ratings in all the jobs that I've actually done. So this is something that you want to actually take note of, and then make sure to have this in your profile, right? So let's continue from where we actually stopped. Okay. Now, so many people don't really know about the service page on LinkedIn, and then when I tell them, people tell me that is it really necessary? Is it really important? Now, I tell people that if you are somebody that you don't really have, you don't want to freelance, you just want to just be on LinkedIn posting content and then just job hunting, searching for jobs, then it's fine. You don't need to put this up. But if you're somebody that you have the time and you really want to make more money, then you need to actually include your service page so that you get other clients reaching out to you and requesting for your services. Now, the service page is a dedicated landing page to showcase your services, and it allows potential clients to review your work and contact you very easily. So they send you a request, and then you accept that request and send your proposal. And the proposal should not be more than 5 lines, just telling them that you accepted that project, and then you can actually work on the project, right? Another thing that you want to do is be sure that whoever is reaching out to you is someone that is legit, right? And you want to be sure that you actually have key conversations with this person. And for LinkedIn, for a fact that we do not have payment method just like other freelancing platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, one thing I usually advise for freelancers on LinkedIn is that make sure to get at least 70% of the payment from your clients before working on that project, so that you don't get to finish it and send it and then the client ghosts you. It's usually very bad. It's usually a very bad experience, right? So you want to make sure to actually get at least 70% of the payment from that client before you start working on whatsoever job that you actually have to work on. Now, another thing, very important thing that people don't really take note of on LinkedIn. Now, I usually emphasize on this one, this feature session. It is very important. A lot of people just have profiles and then they don't have a feature session. So these things are little things that people don't really take note of that actually helps to actually get these opportunities. Now, your feature session is that session that you don't really want to joke with on LinkedIn. Now, if you were in the first class we had, that was yesterday, you would remember that I mentioned some things that you need to put down on your feature session if you are not freelancing. Right now, these are the things. So a lot of people on their feature session, they have the high engagement posts. They feature their best performing content on their feature session, or they put up their portfolio work or testimonials. But I'm telling you that if you're looking at offering a service on LinkedIn, or if you're looking at freelancing, this all this listed here, right, shouldn't be put up on your featured session. So I'll go to my LinkedIn profile now and then show you some basic things. Okay, before we go, let's move down to the next slide. Right now, you can see this image we have here. Now, this is an example of something you should have on your featured session. So on your featured session, you want to make sure that you have compelling offers. Now, the featured session is a place where you attract the place where you attract people to your service, to the services that you offer. So you want to make sure to put that boldly written on your featured section. Now, one of the very key things to do is to showcase limited time promotions. You can showcase your exclusive deals. Let's say, for instance, you've written a book that you want to sell. You can put that on your featured section. For instance, you actually consult, that can be on your profile. Another thing, you mentor people people in your field. You can put that on your feature session, and a lot more. So there are so many things that you can think of. Are you that person that actually sells? You have a product that you're presently selling, you can sell that on your feature session and people will reach out to you, right? So you don't want to leave opportunities hanging. Any little opportunity you have, you need to really make use of these opportunities, right? Now, before we even continue, I want to know people that have this feature session. Now, what we are going to do now is, if you have a feature session on LinkedIn, just say yes. If you don't, put up no, just for me to actually know if we are following or not. Can I see that? I can see no. Somebody said no. Can I see more people, please? Put that up so that okay, people are saying no, no, no. Wow. How can we see it? Okay, I'm going to show you how you can actually get that. I will show you how you can actually include that in your profile. So this is basically how you get more clients, right? Okay, so let's quickly continue from where we stopped. All right, so the feature session, you can also include your product, and also it's a place where you can drive traffic to dedicated pages, right? And then you can add up convenient call booking. Now this is where you can actually put up a link telling people about your services, then they can actually reach out to you for to book calls with you, right? Then we also have the valuable services. Now this is where you can promote your services and capabilities. Now, another the pro tip that I put up here is that you need to remember to use consistent brand images that align with your brand colors for a polished profile appearance. Now, if you see this example that I have here, you can see that we have a continuous brand color, right? Continuous brand color. So this is something that you want to look into when you're optimizing your profile, right? Now let's go down to LinkedIn so that I show you how well to do these things. I'll just be doing that very fast. Okay, somebody said I do have one. Let me go down to my profile and show you what's a featured session. Okay, very good. Okay, so this is it. Can you see my profile? Now, once you come to your profile here, you go down. After the services here, the next thing that you see is the featured session. Now, look at this. You can see my services. Once I click on this, it takes me down to a place where they can actually have a clarity session with me, right? Now, another thing, how I saw a question on the chat section. Somebody said, how can I do that? So you can go down to this add profile section here, click on that, and then you can now add your profile. You can add your featured session, or you come down here and then you click on the plus sign here, and then you add up your a link or a picture that you actually want to showcase, right? So these are like examples of what you can put up. So if you don't have something like this on your profile, probably some people really don't have things to sell, but then I feel like if you're a career person, you should have something to give out. Either you are giving out a free ebook, you can decide to give out a free ebook, you can decide to sell a service, you can decide to tell them that, okay, I'm doing this. And you'll be so surprised at people that will be in your DM asking you about these services. So every little opportunity that you have on LinkedIn is an avenue for you to sell yourself, right? So you want to make sure to sell yourself so well. I can see somebody saying in the comment section that it carries my highest engaged post, right? So you don't want to do that on your feature session. Of course, if you have content that that you feel like people should see, that actually talks about something that you do, right, you can put that at the ending part. Now, if you let me show you something here. Now you can see that I have some content here that I put up here, but these are content that talks about my services as well, right? So you want to make sure to actually include services that you actually offer on your feature session. Now, yesterday we spoke about profile optimization, right? Now, one very key mistake that people do is that they use the feature session to show project that they've actually worked on. Now, of course, if you worked on a project and then you really want to show that there are places where you can include your project on LinkedIn. Now, let me show you that LinkedIn is a complete marketplace for anybody that needs opportunities. It's that marketplace for you to sell yourself and then attract these clients. And you don't want to do that just blindly or not doing it strategically, right? You want to make sure to do it strategically. Now, let me show you. Of course, you can see, you can put up your experience. My experience is here. Your education should be set up. Then your certificate, right? So you have sections for everything. Now you can see a project. Right here, I have a project section here, which you can actually use to include the project that you've worked on. So this is me telling you that your feature session should be that session where you actually have the services that you offer. Of course, if you have